I don't think he's joking!
What's going on, guys? MariK here, back with another Dragon Ball Super deck profile. We've got a little bit of an unconventional deck this time, a very underrated leader, I think. The star of the original Dragon Ball, Son Goku.
Power Pole Extend!
I personally think this is a good leader. I think he's very underrated. I think his awakened ability is fantastic. His front ability is not bad either. It says once per turn, look at up to 10 cards from the top of your deck, choose up to one Bulma among them, and add them to your hand. And then shuffle your deck. So you have 3 different Bulma targets off the top of my head. We only run 2 of them. You can't run future Bulma. She counts as a different character, so before you even think of any cheeky stuff with that. And then when your life's at 4 or less, you switch 2 of your energy to active mode and flip this card over. And he transforms into uncontrollable Great Ape Son Goku. This is the side that I think is really, really underrated. Once per turn, choose one of your battle cards and switch it to rest mode. Then choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards and switch it to rest mode. Then choose one of your opponent's battle cards in rest mode. That card cannot switch to active mode during your opponent's next charge phase. And you can choose the same one you initially switch. So just because it's 2 different effects doesn't mean it has to have 2 different targets. And then once this card attacks, draw 1 card. The really cool thing I like about his ability is you can pretty much shut down their offensive threats late game. Shut down the guys that they're really trying to hit you with hard, and of course unless they have barrier. And either outright kill them, or just leave them there, and then they just can't switch it, and it's basically dead to them. So the first card we run to go along with the theme is Youthful Bulma.
Nito! This thing goes even faster than I can run!
She's a 1-cost, 1,000. When you play this card, draw 1 card. So she's essentially your energy-boosted Majin Buu for yellow. But she's searchable with Goku's effect. And looking at 10 cards from the top of your deck is over 25% chance that you will get a Bulma. Because with 10 cards from the top of your deck, you're going to start with 6 if you go first. And then 8 for your life. So right there's 14 cards. You only got 36 cards left in your deck. If you don't hit a Bulma, you just got bad luck. We run 4 of these. And to round out that ability, we run 4 Perfect Support Bulma. She's also a 1-cost, 1,000 power. When you play this card, choose up to one of your opponent's battle cards with the energy cost 3 or less and switch it to rest mode. This goes well with Unwavering Solidarity Tora, so you can play him for free. It goes well with the Explosive Spirit Son Goku, so you can blow stuff up. Overall, it's just a good card. It even just allows you to rest mode things that you want to kill or that you want, to not interfere with you attacking for the turn. Now, I wanted to keep this deck to go along with the Great Ape Goku theme. So we are still running apes in the deck. We've got 3 Unwavering Solidarity Fasha. She's a 1-cost, 5,000 blocker. We also run 3 of her evolved form, Hidden Power Great Ape Fasha. She's a 3-cost, 15,000 power blocker. During your turn at the end of the battle, after you combo with this card, choose up to 1 Fasha in your battle area and evolve it. When a card evolves into this card, choose up to 2 of your opponent's battle cards and switch them to rest mode. Essentially, all you're trying to do with this deck is switch things to rest mode, and that benefits cards like Unwavering Solidarity Tora. He's a 2-cost, 10,000 power, and if your opponent has 2 or more battle cards in rest mode, you can play him for free. So essentially, you drop that Bulma and rest their stuff, and then you can drop him for free, which will allow him to evolve into Hidden Powered Great Ape Tora. 4-cost, 20,000 power, he's got blocker, he's got the same at the end of the battle after you combo with this card effect to evolve, except when he evolves, choose up to one opponent's battle card in rest mode and KO it. So if with the Bulma combo you put something in rest mode, then you play Tora for free, then you combo to evolve the Tora to blow up whatever you put in rest mode. Then to round out your apes, we've got 3 Lord of the Great Apes, King Vegeta. He's a 3-cost, 15,000 power. When you play this card, choose up to one Great Ape with an energy of 5 or less from your deck, and add it to your hand. Unless you already have one in your hand, you're going to add Absolute Defense Great Ape King Vegeta. We run 3 of him. He's a 5-cost, 25,000 power. You can evolve him for 2 yellow and 1 other. He has Double Strike, and he has 2 different permanents. The first one says, all yellow Saiyan cards in your battle area gain barrier, including himself, and reduce the combo cost of all Saiyan cards in your hand by 1. So your Tora and your Fasha apes are free to play. Then we've got the star himself, Explosive Spirit Son Goku. We run 3 of him. He's a 3-cost, 10,000 power. I would probably run 4 if I had 4, but I'd have to look at the ratios. This deck has a lot of 3-ofs because you don't necessarily need 4 of everything. But having 4 of him wouldn't be too bad. But I can also search him with the Planet Vegeta card. So he has blocker and barrier. And when you play him, choose one of your opponent's battle cards in rest mode and KO it. So it goes along with the Bulma once again. And the awakened ability of your leader. And then at the end of the turn, switch this card to active mode. Then to round out our Kid Gokus, we have 3 no opening Son Goku, 3 cost, 15,000 power. During your turn, at the end of the battle, after you combo with this card, if your leader card's yellow, play it in rest mode. And then choose up to 1 card from your life and add it to your hand. So he can help with self-awakening a little bit. It's kind of nice for this particular leader because with this Goku, his awakened side is much better than his not-awakened side. Sure, searching the Bulmas is nice, but being able to rest stuff and leave it rested to either KO it or just prevent your opponent from doing anything with it is a really, really good ability. And then the card that is ran in every yellow deck right now, What's a Dodoria? We have 4 Unwavering Solidarity Shugesh. He's your yellow super combo, and when you combo with this card, if your leader card is yellow and your life is 4 or less, it gains 10,000 combo power, and then you choose 1 Saiyan from your hand, or the energy costs 3 or less, and play it. You're either going to play Lord of the Great Apes King Vegeta, or you're going to play Explosive Spirit Son Goku. You are probably never going to play anything else unless you really want to make that extra push, but I can never see it being worth it. Then we run 4 Unbreakable Super Saiyan Son Goku to take advantage of Great Ape King Vegeta's ability. He's a 4-cost, 20,000 power with barrier, but the only reason we run him is because when a card evolves into him, or if you combo with this card, draw 1 card. So essentially, with Great Ape King Vegeta, he's a free 10,000 power combo, and you draw a card. So it's like running 8 super combos in your deck. So you got 4 that draw and 4 that allow you to play other Saiyans. Then it wouldn't be a yellow deck without 4 Planet Vegeta. It's a field card. At the end of the turn, switch all your Great Apes in your battle area to active mode. And when this card is placed in your battle area, choose up to 1 Saiyan with energy cost 4 or less from your deck and add it to your hand. For our counter, we chose 4 Crusher Ball over the Nimbus Cloud. And the reason being is since this deck really likes things being in rest mode, I thought it fit a little bit better. Plus, a lot of cards right now have abilities that activate when they attack. And even negating the attack won't stop that ability from going off. Whereas if you play Crusher Ball and the card is played in rest mode, they don't get to attack with it at all, therefore no auto is being triggered. We got to test this deck against plenty of other decks in our area. We got tested against Dr. Mew, Majin Buu, Red Aggro Pan, Red Black Mass Saiyan, as well as a few others. Now, our side deck is meant to deal with individual threats more so than other side decks we've had built. So you're only really going to side in, 3 or 4 cards at a time instead of going, oh, hey, this will be good, and this will be good, and this will be good. Because there's really not a lot of things you want to take out of the main deck. We do run 3 Rampaging Great Ape Son Goku. He's a 5-cost, 25,000 power. You evolve him for 2 yellow and 2 other. He's got crit and blocker, so he's the biggest Great Ape blocker that you have. And when a card evolves into this card, choose up to 1 of your opponent's energy in rest mode, and that card cannot be switched to active mode during the start of until the start of your next turn. So essentially, you set them back a turn. So with that card, they can't untap that energy, so they play another energy, and they're still at the same amount that they had prior to that Goku's ability being activated. So they can't make more aggressive pushes if they needed that extra energy. We side deck 2 Time Patrol Trunks, really because in this deck, not a lot of stuff is going to go to the drop area. The Bulmas will, kind of, but all in all, they're not really going to be attacked. They just they'll sit there until I'm ready to combo with them. And so there's not really a lot of stuff to remove from the drop area to warp for him, but if you need some extra draw power, and you can search him with Planet Vegeta. For removal, we have Master Saiyan, the Mysterious Warrior. He's just there to kind of pick away little guys. He's really good against veggies because he gets rid of both Kaba and Khalifa in one go, or even Kaba and a Kale if they dropped her for 3. So I like him overall. He just gets rid of little problematic things. Of course, Barrier kind of gets in the way. Then we side deck 2 Shun Shun, a Protector Majin. She's a 3-cost, 15,000 blocker. When you play this card, choose up to 2 cards from the top of your deck and place them in the drop area. When this card is attacked, if your opponent's leader is red or blue, it gains 15,000 power for the duration of the turn. So 30,000 blocker, you can pretty much stop any attack unless they want to combo really aggressively just to get rid of it. We also run 2 Haru Haru Attacker Majin. She's also a 3-cost, 15,000 power. Although this one has crit, and when you play this card, choose up to 2 cards from the top of your deck and place them in the drop area. When you play this card, if your opponent's leader is green or yellow, choose up to 4 of your energy and switch them to active mode. So she can essentially get you back a free energy, and so she's a free card. If they're green or yellow, which you're still seeing a lot of yellow play because people are using veggies and they're using Shugesh, so they're running yellow leaders and they're trying to continue living the glory days a little while longer. Unfortunately, there's not a card to side deck specifically for black leaders like that, but hopefully we'll get something like that in the future. And then last but not least, if the 4 Crusher Balls isn't enough, we've got 4 Flying Nimbus in the side deck to swap out for more aggressive decks, or if they don't really have any autos that trigger on attacking, so putting them in rest mode really doesn't do as much good. Flying Nimbus is there to protect you from the more aggressive, the more combo-y swarm decks. Alright, but that's going to do it for this deck profile. If you guys want to go ahead and try him out, feel free to use my list. I think he's a good leader. I think he has to be used with a yellow deck. I mean, you could do yellow-blue if you wanted to run the blue Bulma and you wanted to run like Whis and Sensu Bean and stuff like that. But I don't think it's needed. I don't think it's necessary. And overall, I think just running mono yellow is better. You've still got Shugesh. You can, you know, put your Saiyans out there, mostly the Son Gokus. I tried to main deck the Great Ape Son Goku. I just couldn't really find room for it. I thought about cutting the Toras down to 3 apiece and main decking 2 of them, but I don't know. He's a higher cost, and you can't really do anything with him until you get a Goku out and until you have at least 4 energy to play him. Whereas Tora, you can pretty much play for free, evolve for free. There's no cost. There's no having to wait. Sure, you have to wait until your stuff's in rest mode, but you got the Bulma, you got the leader. So I think he's a lot easier to manage, and I think just having the Goku in the side deck for decks that are a little slower or that are more reliant on having a certain number of energy to play their win cons, he's just better as a side deck card. But if you guys enjoyed, or if you like this deck profile, hit that like button down below for me. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below, any suggestions or questions you may have. Like I said, it's a fun deck. I don't know if I would say it's super competitive. I still think that both the Set 3 and the Draft Leader Bardox are better leaders. But if you like the Bulma effects, then he's a pretty good leader overall. I think you can also take advantage of his ability to put things in rest mode, and if you wanted to run yellow-red, you could do that as well, and you could just Shugesh out an ultimate Gohan, but I never have that little cards in my hand when I'm playing any of my Great Ape decks, so I don't know that you'd really be able to get him out via Shugesh, but it'd be a neat little trick since you're just constantly putting stuff in rest mode anyways. You know, we appreciate the support. We appreciate all of our subscribers. You guys have been killing it lately. And honestly, it just means a lot to us. We really appreciate the support you guys have been giving us over the Dragon Ball Super content. We're going to be getting more deck profiles out. It's just taking me a little more time to get them all edited, rendered. Real life has been kind of beating me down with a lot of things right now. Nothing you're interested in. We're going to go ahead and get the frig out of here, though. And we'll see you guys in the next video.